Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So it's been a cool minute since I've uploaded a video. It's been like over 2 years. Um, Definitely over 2 years because I think like the last time I did it was in March of 2018. I've like filmed videos in between, but I never edit them or upload them because I kind of just like was out of it, I guess. And I decided to do it again. It's like a way for me to like de-stress and just kind of be in my own kind of thing. I was gonna do my makeup and then I remembered that I didn't have water because they shut off our water today for maintenance. So this morning was really bad because I had to go to work this morning. I only go to work for like about like 30 minutes on the weekends. So I had to go to work this morning and I had to luckily we have a water cooler. So I just like got water from the water cooler and used that to wash my hands, brush my teeth, wash my face, and then I also had to get water from the water cooler to flush the toilet because and that one was a fail because all of it didn't completely flush. So yeah, we'll see how this goes. I have until 3 o'clock and it's like 10, so it's how many more hours? 5. But yeah, so I kind of just wanted to do like a little life update. I think I'm gonna start posting more often. I'm gonna try and do like a schedule. I feel like low-key, high-key, I'm really just doing it for myself. Like it's not really, to like get recognized or anything like that because I don't really think my content at this moment anyway would be interesting for people to want to know. And then maybe if I figure something out, then we'll see how that goes. But yeah, so I guess like a life update from 2 years ago, right? Okay, so basically I think the last time I posted was in March of 2018, and during that time I had just come back to Davis. So I ended up getting dismissed. I'm not sure if I ever talked about it, but I ended up getting dismissed after my junior year. And it's something that honestly I don't care if people, I used to like be like, oh, I don't want people to know that like I got dismissed, but like, you know what, I was really going through it and like I really needed that time off to just regroup and find my motivation again and just kind of be myself in a way. And so I took that time off, and then what did I do after that? I came back to school, and then Ivan and I this is where it kind of gets complicated. Ivan and I ended up splitting in May of 2018. And so we both went our separate ways for about a year, and then we got back together. And that was, I'll get to it, but anyways, we ended up getting back together. But going back, so we ended up splitting, and I ended up moving out on my own, with my parents also, but I ended up moving out on my own. And then I did my next year of school, which was also hard, but I learned a lot about myself. Like I kind of just learned that like I needed to learn how to be on my own, because obviously like I hadn't. I also learned that I had a lot of anxiety. I have a lot of just anxiety about the future, which is what anxiety is. I had a therapist once tell me, she was like, you get depression is from living in the past and anxiety is from living in the future. And so in order to not have anxiety or depression, you need to live in the present. That is really hard for me, and I'm working on it, so we'll see how that goes. But anyways, yeah, so I had a really bad anxiety because I just kind of was like, I don't know how this is gonna go. And intern, honestly, I'd be using phrases that I don't even know if I'm using them properly, but like in return, there you go, in return, my grades are also suffering, but like I bitch got it together, and because I am that bitch, and I basically made it through that year of school. And then I went to Japan last summer, which was really fun, and I want to go back again. I kind of want to do like a longer time. Like I wanted to be more like leisurely, because I kind of felt like we were like literally going from like one place to another, which was fun, but like I wanted to be like a little bit more like relaxed, you know. So I feel like if I spend more time there, then I'll be more relaxed. But anyways, I want to go back. And then what else happened? And then I got back together with Ivan. So we got back together and we moved in together, which was probably not the best idea. And so we moved in together. I did my last year of school. And although there were struggles this past school year, I feel like I learned a lot from all of my past experiences with my depression and my anxiety, that this school year, like I actually kind of, this past school year, I put them into effect. Not like in the best way possible, but still it worked. I just communicated with my professors more. I actually built a relationship with one of my professors. Not that I've contacted him ever since I finished school, but I should probably send him an email and just be like, you know what, man, like, thanks. But anyways, yeah, I like kind of built relationship with my professors, and I just was like kind of on top of it. I ended up finishing my last quarter. My last quarter I got a 3.9, which is 3.913, which is the highest that I have ever gotten in terms of like a quarter GPA. And I was taking a grad class. I took with a grad class on nanoparticles, and then I took an undergrad class on, it was like bioimaging, and then it was my senior design, and then it was a freshman seminar, but that one was pass no pass, and I got a no grade. So yeah, and I'm using my Apple Pencil just to like move around, but I got a no grade. It was a no pass basically, but we're just gonna ignore that because honestly, you know, during this pandemic, like my focus was not on that pass no pass class. It was on my classes that actually gave me a grade. But yeah, so I ended up graduating. I actually have my degree right here. I'm so excited. But yeah, so like I actually ended up graduating and it's crazy. But I got my degree in biomedical engineering. I am now 72K in debt. I think it's actually like 60K. I don't know. I have to look better, but it's a lot of money, you know. I have to buy a frame for this. My dad is actually gonna buy it, and then it's gonna stay at my parents' house because apparently my accomplishments are their accomplishments, which isn't bad obviously. But yeah, so I graduated, and then I kind of was looking for jobs. I kind of was like looking but not really looking. Like I kind of just felt really discouraged. There's a specific field that I would like to go into, which is research and development, but the research and development for drugs. So like creating new drugs, or I really personally like the idea of using nanoparticles for targeted drug delivery, because in theory nanoparticles, if you like load a drug onto a nanoparticle or a liposome or just any kind of nanoparticle in general, and you target it to the specific site of which you want to attack, so like whether it be, not really attack, but like attach, whether it be like something in the brain if it has to do with seizures, or you know, if it's like a liver thing, something in the liver, or you know, something like that. Like if you are able to get it to that target site, then you also use less drug, which there's going to be less drug within the body in general, and then there's less side effects, which is better for people, right? That's my theory, and I think it's actually a proven theory. But anyways, like I said, that's my theory, and that's kind of what I'm really interested in. Like I really want to look into it. But the problem is that I also don't see myself, and I just saw a video on TikTok about it, I don't see myself working full-time for the rest of my life. Like I do see myself doing it within the near future, but like I don't want to do it forever. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I could just like dip my feet into a lot of little things, that would be great. But like, it's something that I'm really interested in. It's something that I really want to learn. But it's not something that I want to do for the rest of my life. And like, ultimately, to be completely honest, what I want to do for the rest of my life is like, I really want to help people, and I want to help them in a way that I wish, or like in a way that I guess I could have been helped, or I don't know how to say it. Like, basically what I want to do is like, one of the things that came to mind one time was I wanted to create a program. So there's a program called PrEP. I don't know what it stands for. You know what? Let me look it up. It's a post-bac program in which they pay you to do a post-bac, basically. And for those of you who don't know, they don't pay you to do post-bacs. Post-bacs are not, you pay to do a post-bac, right? And so PrEP is a program that pays you. So it's called the Postbaccalaureate Research and Education Program. So basically what they do is you work as a junior specialist in a lab, and they also pay for your GRE test. For GRE, I think it's a GRE test, and the like, what is it called? PrEP, GRE PrEP, there you go. So like, you know, the GRE classes and stuff, and then they also pay for so they pay for that, and then you can take, I think it's one class per quarter, at least here at Davis. So there's PrEP programs across the country, but I'm referring to like the Davis one. So they have like one class per quarter that you can take, and then yeah, so it basically kind of like, I don't know how to say this, like, it prepares you to go into graduate school. And this program is made specifically for people who do not have very much undergraduate research experience or any research experience at all, and it's made for people from disadvantaged kind of backgrounds, right? But the problem that I personally see with PrEP, although I think that it is a good program, the problem that I see with PrEP is the fact that it is geared towards people who have a 3.0 and above. And my thing has always been that just because somebody doesn't have a 3.0 or above doesn't mean that they are not capable of doing research or going into the medical field or doing all of these things. Like, it's so limiting, and I don't like that, because my entire life I've dreamed of becoming a doctor and doing all of these things, right? And like, I personally, obviously at this moment cannot, I could probably get into grad school just because I have a 2.5, but the matter of the fact is that like, your GPA doesn't define who you are as a person. It doesn't define what you are capable of. And as much as like people say that in academia, I don't really think they actually believe it. I don't really think that they take into consideration that there are people like me who want to go above and beyond but are limited and cannot, you know? And so like, my idea is to create a program. Hopefully one day I can do this, but my idea is to create a program that is kind of like PrEP, but it's like still for people from disadvantaged backgrounds, but it's like specifically for like people who like have a 2.0 and above, you know what I'm saying? Like, and it's like, I was thinking like, how would like I do this? Like, how would I pick people? Because like, you know, it's still like an application process. Like, even if I did it, even if like I had the money, like I was thinking like, how would I know who should get into the program and who shouldn't? Because obviously the program is still going to be, it's not going to be like for, like, it's still going to be selective in a way, you know what I'm saying? And that's scary. And anyways, you know, I was thinking about it, and I was at work, and I was just thinking in my head, and I realized that like, one of the prompts that I would have in terms of like application would be to rewrite your story. So like, recently I've been really into like spirituality, but not like spirituality, but spirituality in the sense of like, I've been just trying to become like a better person, right? Like I feel like the person that I was becoming was not the person that like I am. And for those of you who know me, like you know that like I'm a kind person, you know, but like lately I've just been like all over the place, and especially within my relationship with my family and Ivan, I was just, you know, not here for it. So anyways, I decided, you know, to like just work on myself, and that's when I came across shadow work, which is basically, shadow work is putting light onto the dark places within yourself, right? So like basically finding out, you know, why you are the way you are, and trying to change that, right? And trying to figure out like, so why you react a certain way, and trying to change all of that, if that makes sense. And so I've been really into that, and that has somehow, I really don't know how it happened, but it somehow led me into spirituality, which is something that I'm still trying to figure out because I really, really don't know what the hell I'm getting myself into. But point of the story is that, honestly, I think it started with tarot cards. But anyways, point of the story is that, I don't even know where I was going with this. Oh my god. Point of the story is that, oh yeah, so I was saying something about rewriting the story. So like, and what I found through shadow work is that one of the things you can do, because you go through these, you know, obstacles in life, and with each obstacle there's a lesson to be learned, right? And until you learn that lesson, like you're gonna continue going through that obstacle, and then through that, with the lesson that you learn, you then gain wisdom, and that wisdom that you learn is what you use to rewrite your story. I don't have COVID, I promise, but like that wisdom is what you use to rewrite your story. So basically, I'm still trying to learn exactly how to go about rewriting it, you know, rewriting my own story. So as soon as I figure that out, maybe I can figure this whole, you know, prep but not prep thing out. But yeah, like rewriting your story, not focusing on the obstacles themselves, but focusing more so on how you learned from what you learned from that obstacle, and how you can use that wisdom within like your life, and within like your life's purpose, or just like, you know, life in general, right? So anyways, that's kind of something. And like, I guess I don't want to say like if you rewrite it well, but like then you would get in, because obviously there's other factors. So that's obviously something that like I really, really need to look into. But anyways, like I said, that's like something that I really, really want to do, and I really hope that one day I'm actually able to do it, which is why I say like I don't see myself working full-time for the rest of my life. I don't see myself advancing, like I don't see myself advancing in my career in biomedical engineering, like with something biomedical engineering, but like I just really want to help others. And I think that that just stems from the fact that like my mom has always said, like, when you like basically, I guess like when you give to others, like you're never gonna be without, you know what I'm saying? Like she's always said, like, even when it comes, like for her specifically, like when it comes to money, you know, because usually like that's what people need money. And she always said, like, she even pointed this out like recently, but not too recently, but she pointed it out, and she said, like, you know, it's I'm just gonna say it in Spanish, like cuando yo le mandaba dinero like to my grandma, like a mi mamá, like a mí nunca me faltaba el dinero, you know, because I was always sending money to her. And like God made sure that like I was okay too, you know, like she was okay and I was okay, because I was always sending her money and making sure that she was okay. And you know, now that like she doesn't have to, because my grandma passed away, so like, you know, after that, like is when she kind of realized, like, you know, like now that that has passed, like now I kind of struggle, not really like super struggle, but like, you know, when you give, you're never without. And that's something that like I always remind myself too. Even when I'm like low on money or whatever, like I try to give, because what's the point of me keeping it to myself? Like if I can if I have $20 and if it's between having $20 to go out to eat with my friends or $20 to give to somebody else, like I'm gonna give the $20 to somebody else, even though all the time I don't do it. But like it's something that I try to keep in my head because I know that like God is always watching, and I'm not a super religious person, which is why like to me, like I don't know how to say it, like I believe in God, I believe in a higher being, and like all that stuff, but like I don't go to church, I don't follow like the rules based off of the church. I do identify as Catholic, but like I don't really follow everything that like the Catholic Church has to say, because some of it is problematic, although not so much now with the new Pope, which I stan. But there's like still some problematic aspects within Catholicism, you know? And so, like I said, I identify as Catholic, but like, you know what I'm saying? But anyways, point of the story, right, is that I just want to help people. And like, even when I was thinking at one point, I was like, oh, like, you know, one day, you know, I'm gonna win the lottery and I'm gonna do this. And it always includes helping people, because like, what are you gonna do with all the money? Like, especially when the Powerball was like at like $100 and something million, like what am I gonna do with all that money? Like, I can't spend it all in my lifetime, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't understand. Like, this is where the billionaires, I'm trying to wrap my head around the billionaires, because I don't understand how you can have so much money and not feel the need to help others, you know what I'm saying? Like, Jeff Bezos could literally solve world hunger for one whole year. Actually, I think with his current thing, it's like 3 years or some shit like that. He could solve world hunger for fucking 3 years, and the man doesn't do it. You know what I'm saying? Like, why can't you be like Bill Gates? Bill Gates, you know, I don't know how much he does, but like, I know he has a Bill Gates Millennium Scholarship. I know that he donates to like research and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, you know, Bill Gates still has a shit ton of money too. So like, you could literally do it and still have a shit ton of money. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know. That's just one thing I'm trying to wrap my head around. But yeah, so I don't even know where I literally went on a whole ass tangent talking about what I wanted to do for the rest of my life, because I don't want to work full time. But yeah, so like I said, I don't want to work full time. I am applying to jobs because I do need the money. So that's kind of where I'm at. Like I said, I'm applying to jobs, like I do need the money, and it is something that I am genuinely interested in. It is something that I am like interested in learning. And so that's kind of the route that I'm pursuing at the moment. I'm also trying to like just expand my knowledge in different areas. And so currently, right now, I'm just trying to expand my creativity. So I used to be like, I don't want to say like really creative, but like when I was younger, I had this dream, not this dream really, I guess it was like a dream. Like, I had these two best friends, right? And it was Jessica, and I'm pretty sure, was it both Jessicas? I think it was both Jessicas. No. It was Jessica and Alexa. I think it was Jessica. For sure Alexa though. But we had this dream. Maybe I'm getting them wrong. Anyways, part of the story. In elementary school, I had these two friends, and we had this dream that we were going to become famous and we were going to become singers, and that, you know, we were going to write our own songs, and we were going to get this house, and it was going to have a pool, and it was going to have a slide that went from like the second story all the way down to the first story, you know, all the way down into the pool. That was my dream as a child. And we even wrote songs, and like I remember one time we sang them, or I was trying to sing it on the bus, and my teacher was like in the row in front of me, and then he turned around and I got super self-conscious, because honestly, those who've heard me sing now know that I can't sing. But we used to have like choir kind of singing stuff in elementary school, so maybe back then I didn't know how. But that was like a dream that I had as a child, you know. And I used to be like creative. Like, we used to have art class, and like, you know, I was looking at some of the drawings that like I had from elementary school, and I was like, damn, like, you know, this isn't that bad, like for, you know, 5th grade or whatever. Like, I was actually pretty good. So that's kind of where I'm at right now. Like, I'm trying to get a job, but I'm also trying to expand my creativity. So like, I'll show you guys something that I did. So I had a paint night with my friends, Sierra and Nicole. Not that you guys know them. I like how I'm mentioning names, but like, there's no pictures, or like you guys don't know who they are. But anyways, point of the story is I made this, and so this is something that I need to hang up because it's Halloween. But I made this. The moon is kind of misshapen, but we're gonna ignore that because I think it still looks really good, and the cat is supposed to be facing away anyway. But yeah, so like I'm gonna hang this up, but like that was me just trying to work on my creativity, you know. I have another painting that I started at their house, but I left it there. I was gonna finish it here, but I ended up leaving it at their house. But I think I'm gonna start using Procreate a little bit more, because I have the app and I have my iPad Pro, so I might as well just try. So I'm gonna try to use Procreate a little bit more, and see what I can do. I might end up looking up lessons and stuff like that. But yeah, and then I guess that's basically it. I don't think I mentioned it, but at the end of the day, I was gonna say Ivan and I are not together anymore. Through all of this, kind of just, I think this whole past year together kind of just really made me realize like how unhappy I was, and that's something that I'm obviously trying to do now. Like I'm trying to find my own happiness, and being creative honestly brings me happiness. Just being kind of on my own makes me happy. Not like being on my own, you know what I'm saying, but like just having alone time to myself keeps me sane, I guess you would say. And so yeah, so I've just been like trying to get into creativity. I want to look into oh my god, I'm thinking of, I can't think of it. It's like digital, is it graphic designs? It's not graphic designs. I don't know what the word is, but like I guess maybe digital drawing, but that's like Procreate. But like graphic design, I can't think of the word. Maybe one day, maybe while as I'm editing this video, I'll think of what the word is. But yeah, anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed my life update, and I hope you enjoyed my what I want to do with the rest of my life. But yeah, like I said, I don't even think I finished my stories. Honestly, I really do be all over the place, and I should probably start writing shit down about what I want to talk about. But like I said, like even when I was thinking, oh, this is like, I don't think I finished this thought. Even when I was thinking about like winning the lottery, like it was always like, yeah, I think I did say it, like how I just wanted to help people and how I wanted to, like how I was gonna spend my money. And like honestly, like obviously within spending my money, like I'm obviously gonna spend money on myself and my family and my friends, but like ultimately it's to help others. Like, you know, like I am gonna splurge on myself because I worked hard for it, you know what I'm saying, but like I'm also going to be helping others, you know, and to me that's what's most important. Like you have, like, because I feel like if you just help others, like that can also bring you happiness, but I feel like it starts to get kind of like ego-ish, you know what I'm saying, like to where, oh, you know, like the people who like, I don't want to be like the type of person who's constantly posting like, oh, you know, I'm just over here giving, you know, and all this stuff like that, because like it just doesn't really seem like super genuine to me, if that makes any sense. Like I just want to be like, I want it to be genuine. I want it to come from the heart. Like I want it to be like, okay, I want to give. I don't feel forced to give. I don't feel forced. Like I don't want to give to be validated by others. I want to give to validate myself. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like to know that like I'm giving because I want to, not because I want others to notice. And yeah, that's kind of where I'm at in life. We'll see where my life really takes me. And yeah, so anyways, thanks so much for watching. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. Like I said, I'm gonna be trying to post more consistently just because I honestly don't have anything better to do with my life at the moment besides apply to jobs and make sure that I have a clean space. So yeah, thanks again so much for watching, and I really appreciate it. Bye.